Welcome to Let's Get Juicy Podcast, where I'm your favorite host, Juicy. And over here we talk about everything and definitely keep it spicy and things get really juicy. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for me. Hi, thank you for joining us today on Let's Get Juicy Podcast. And today we have Heart Denise. How are you doing today, Heart Denise? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. So I'm going to jump straight into it. So I see that you are a content creator, and I want to ask you, how has being a content creator affected your life?
Content creation hasn't affected my life in no kind of way yet, and I do that purposely. I try to keep my personal business offline and just put my content up there, and I think that's the best way you can do it, to keep people out of your personal business. All they can do is assume at that point.
Yes, you are so right. I love that. Like, I see how you balance it out, you separate the two. So I definitely understand that. So, okay, if you could give any type of advice to a new content creator trying to grow and be successful with content creating, what would it be?
My advice would be to post every day. Even if you don't get a like, a share, or a comment, just keep posting. Don't let the views and the numbers affect you and make you feel like you're not doing what you know you're doing. And just never give up, because one day you gonna pop. Because I know I ain't at the point to where I wanna be at yet, but I ain't gonna give up until I get there. And even when I get there, I'm gonna make new goals to do other things. So with content creation, it's really tricky because you got to get into the algorithm of the platform that you are on, and if you're not in that algorithm, that means you're not being consistent with what you're doing.
And you're absolutely right. I definitely understand that. I felt you. So would you say it's hard, balancing out your day-to-day life with making time for your social media?
It's a challenge. It's most definitely a challenge, especially in the beginning when you're trying to work out the odds in the end, trying to figure out what's gonna work, what's not gonna work, and what to do, what you shouldn't do, and all that. But once you get yourself into a schedule, I really recommend scheduling it, because if you schedule your time, then you won't be overwhelmed and you won't feel so drained. And I take breaks. I take breaks on the weekend because I'm not going to overextend myself and then be feeling left drained and tired for the rest of the week and stuff like that, or the day, or whatever the case may be. But if you get yourself to a point to where you can get you a schedule and you stick to that schedule, you're gonna be all right.
Yes, and you don't want to get too overwhelmed. Social media breaks are definitely important. I definitely feel you. I do, and that's definitely great advice. That's great advice. Okay, so I want you to describe yourself using just one word without saying
Reserved.
Okay, and can you let me know, why did you choose that word? Why did you choose the word reserved?
I'm more of a sit back and watch type of person. I observe everything around me. So if I see something I don't like, then I'm gonna reserve my energy from being involved in whatever it is going on around.
I love it. I do. So what would you say you think separates the people who succeed in life from the people who are just stuck at a standstill?
The people who succeed are the people who never stop trying. If they fail, they'll figure out a way to get whatever it is that they want to get done anyway. If they have to change their whole self and rebrand themselves, they gonna do that. But the people who are at a standstill, they have this one bad hiccup and they let that get to them, and they get into their mind, and then they feel like they ain't gonna be able to do it, so they'll just stay stuck in that same position instead of trying to get themselves out of it.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You ain't gonna never get nowhere if you don't just get up and keep going, keep trying. They're just like riding that bicycle. I done fell off that motherfucker as a kid so many times, scarring my knee up. As soon as they took the training wheels off. But I had to keep trying in order to learn how to ride that motherfucker without no training wheels on that bitch. If I would have gave up after I fell off that bike that first time, I'll still be riding the bike with motherfucking training wheels. Like, you ain't lying though. You was not lying. Okay, and what would you say success actually means to you?
Success for me starts in the mind. If your mind telling you can't do it, then you're not gonna do it. But if you put it in your mind and instill it in your mind that you're successful, and you walk and you talk and you present yourself as successful, then you are successful to me. You don't have to really have materialistic things. You don't have to have the big car. You don't have to have the big house and all the things that come with flashing and stuff like that. Success, that's where a lot of people get success mixed up, and they feel like they are failing and they not successful at what they're doing because they feel like, oh, I ain't got the nice car, I ain't got the big house. But you're doing good in your mind and in the way you present yourself, so that for itself makes you successful to me.
You are absolutely right. People get too confused a lot. They do. But you are absolutely right. It has nothing to do with finances at all. I couldn't agree more. Okay. And let me see. If you could choose to come back as any animal, what would it be?
The gentle giant, an elephant.
The elephant, I love that. So let me know, like, why did you choose the elephant? Is it because it's a gentle giant? Like, what made you choose an elephant of all the animals?
I don't know. As a child, I always had a fascination with elephants. And I think they bring good luck and prosperity and abundance. And I don't know. I just like an elephant.
That's dope. That is very dope, and it's deep too. That's deep, because I didn't even look at it like that. I didn't think about it like that. That's real dope. So what would you say is like an automatic turn off for you? Like, just straight up, just get out my face.
A liar. And I don't know why people lie to me, because it's like, as soon as you lie to me, I know you lying to me. So just be real, because I can take the truth better than I can a lie. So if you lie to me, that is a straight up turn off, and I don't want to do nothing else to do with you.
Definitely felt that, because I was raised on, if you a lie, you a steal. If you a steal, you a kill. And I always felt like, if you lie about something, then you scared of something. You scared, like, what you afraid of? So I damn sure feel you. That's a pet peeve of mine. That is a pet peeve. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. Okay. And do you feel like a lot of people self-sabotage a lot?
Yes, a lot of people do self-sabotage, but I believe the reason why they self-sabotage is because they don't believe in themselves or believe in whatever they got going on at that moment. So they'll take themselves out of it, thinking that it's going to be better for them, only to realize that it was the wrong thing to do.
Most of the time it's just self versus self. It's really just self. It is. I battle with myself a lot. I really do. It's a lot of me versus me. I be in my head a lot, and I do tend to self-sabotage. I completely feel where you're coming from. I do. And what would you say is the best advice you've ever been given?
Yes, to add on to what you said, worrying and overthinking is a sin. But the best advice I've ever given is not really advice. Well, it's a quote. It's a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I live by that. I try to learn something new every day. Even if it's something small, I try to go out and learn something new about something.
Right, and I'm learning that myself. But you ain't lying. You was not lying. I'm still learning it. Gotta be open to learning, and I feel like that's the only way you'll grow. Honestly, I feel like that's the only way to grow. That's something I've been working on while I've been working on myself. Okay, so like, what would you say inspired you to start creating content? Like, what was your inspiration?
Yes, growing is the best thing we can do for ourselves. Growing into our most authentic self is like a gift to us. But the thing that inspired me to do content creation is because like I felt like I was getting messages. I feel like I'm getting messages for like to give to the world. They're not just for myself. Even though I take my own advice, I feel like the messages that I give are just in general, and they for whoever may need it at that time. So I just started picking up the camera and recording myself, or just recording the scene that I'm at and just posting it.
You post a lot of inspirational and motivational quotes. I live for them. I live for them. I do. I be all on your TikTok. It's your TikTok. I be lighting your TikTok up. Like you do. You post a lot of inspirational stuff, a lot of motivational stuff. I love it. Like no lie, I do. Okay, so were there any times that you felt like giving up? And like if there were, like what kept you going? Like what motivated you to be like, okay, well, I'm finna keep trying. I ain't finna give up. I'm gonna just keep on at this shit until I get it right.
Yes, 2023 is a year that I will never forget. Life challenged me within my relationship that I was in and within my family, but I felt like it was more of a spiritual attack than anything. And for a minute I did sit back and I took a break for probably 3 months, and I was like, I didn't want to do nothing because I was going through stuff in my personal life. So it made me feel like giving up and just stopping everything that I was doing. But I realized that was nothing but the devil trying to stop me from making it, because if your attacks are getting harder and stronger, that means that your breakthrough is right around the corner. So I pushed back at the devil, and I just kept on going until I just got back to the point to where I was posting again, and I was gaining my confidence and my self-esteem, and I was telling myself that this is not the end, that this is only the beginning of what's to come. And I was to prepare myself to when I do make it to another level, that there are gonna be another devil that tries to come and attack me again, and to be aware and don't let it get me to that point again. So if you ever going through something and you feel like this is the last, or this is like you're gonna be defeated, you can't let that defeat you, because if you let that defeat you, then that's where you're gonna stay at. You got to fight back every time. You can take your break and you can get yourself together and build yourself back up and build you back up, but don't quit in that moment, because if you quit in that moment, that's when you're gonna miss your blessing.
So true, so true, so true. You can tell you spiritually in tune. You awake like a motherfucker. You really are. Because most of everything that goes on around us, for real, is spiritual. It is. It's spiritual. It's really a spiritual warfare out here, for real. It is. It is. Okay. And we started this new thing where we do the Juicy Mail of the Day. And it's time for the Juicy Mail of the Day, where we allow the viewers to submit questions or any type of submissions where they get advice or answers from me, the host, and you all, the guests. So it's time for the Juicy Mail of the Day. And today's submission says, hey guys, I've been dating this man for 8 months. Everything was great until I realized he has a work wife. At first I thought it was just a joke, but no, they have lunch together every day, text constantly, and she even knows things about his childhood that I don't. Last week I found out she baked him a birthday cake from scratch, and he told me it was just something she does. I brought it up and he said I'm being insecure and that it's harmless. But yesterday I saw her name pop up on his phone with a heart emoji. Am I overreacting, or am I in a relationship with a man who already has a girlfriend? Oh no, not from scratch cake. That's not a red flag. That's a red velvet flag. So I'm gonna let you handle this one. I'm gonna let you handle today's submission.
See, me, I'm going to always revert you back to yourself. Whatever you're telling you, then that's the truth. Don't listen to whatever they're telling you, because they're telling you one thing and showing you something different. So when you tell you what's up, what to do, and how to move, you need to do that, because if you don't, then you're going to suffer longer.
Ooh, I love the way you worded that. I love the way you worded that. I love it. I love it. I love it. You ain't lying. You was not lying. All we have to do is listen to that intuition. It never lead us wrong. It's like a compass or something, like our GPS through life. We just gotta learn to listen to it. You're not lying. But I will say you're not overreacting. You're not overreacting. If anything, it's underreacting. It's underreacting. Cause like it's like you're in a love triangle. You're in a love triangle at this point. Like, you know, so yeah, I definitely felt that. Okay, and that was our juicy mail of the day. And we only have like 2 questions left before we close this thing out. If you could travel in time and change any moment in your life, what would it be?
I would go back to my younger self that didn't believe in me. And I would tell myself that you will eventually make it if you keep going and learn the way of the world and do it your way and not their way. And the why is because I eventually made it when I started to believe in myself.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. That's one of my favorite questions. Like, even when I switch the questions up for the podcast, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. Okay. And let me see. Okay, it's 2 more questions. I said 1. It was going to be 1. Okay. 2 more. Okay. So what would you say is the best advice you've ever been given? And how did it help you thus far?
The best advice that I've been given is to stop letting people's opinion of me affect the way that I do me. And it has gotten me far, because I do not care how you feel about me, because I've learned that how you feel about me has nothing to do with how I feel about me. I don't feel that way about me. You do. That's for you to handle what you feel about me, and for me to keep on doing what I'm doing.
I gotta agree. I had to learn it. Like, I had to learn that I used to let the opinions of others affect me. I really did. I had to learn to be like, fuck them people. Like how they say fuck them kids, I had to learn to be like, fuck them people. Like, for real, because it hindered me from a lot. It did. So I got to agree. Okay. And last question. If you could tell your younger self anything, what would it be?
You are worthy of all the things that you wish and dream of. Stop telling people your plans and just do it. You're not abandoned. You are where you need to be. You are special in your own way. Just keep on trying and keep on going. You may mess up along the way, but as long as you learn the lesson and know not to do that again, then you will get to where you're trying to go.
I love you. I love it. Okay. And thanks for joining us today, Heart Dennis. We definitely appreciate it. And tell everyone where they can find you and follow you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for having me on your platform. You can find me on Facebook, Heart Dennis. You can find me on TikTok, Heart Dennis. I'm in a green shirt. It got 4 pictures. And you can find me on YouTube with Open Thoughts with Heart Dennis. It has a picture of my son. He did that. I don't know why. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. It's the big heart, not the little one. Y'all have a great day and never give up.
Thank you. And that's all we have for Let's Get Juicy Podcast. And thanks for watching. Till next time.
Thank you.